Let's shift our gears very quickly now to our Abuja studios with Malkbe Ogun Yusuf.
Hello, Gimba. Happy Workers' Day to you. President Muhammadu Buhari has given approvals for the Nigeria Police to recruit 6,000 personnel, with a suggestion that a recruitment cut across each of the 774 local government areas. The president was speaking during an interview on the House of Service of the Voice of America on Tuesday morning, monitored here in Abuja. On the clamor for state policing by some Nigerians, President Buhari says he does not subscribe to the idea, recalling how his administration has had to give states bailout to pay salaries. The president also challenged the Nigerian media for failing to adequately report the successes his administration recorded in agriculture in the last 2 years.
To wani abu ina so sai an duba tsarin kundin mulkin Najeriya a ga me yace in ta kama a basu sai a ce a basu amma fa kada ka manta zuwan mu so nawa ana ba da kuɗi ana kiran shi bail out a biya albashi jihohi nawa ne suke iya biyan ma'aikatansu albashi cikin lokaci a zo kuma a ɗauki 'yan sanda aiwa a ce ai kaga wato ya dai kamata a duba maganar sosai a ni hankali na bai kwanta ai ba ya kamata a ce wannan ta'addanci da ake a arewa maso gabas yawanci da kuma kudu maso kudu ya zama na babu su sannan a tsara a ga jihohin za su iya rike 'yan sandan nan kamar nasarar da aka ci a noma da bare da bana miliyoyin mutane sun je gona sun yi aiki kuma abin ya yi albarka amma haka ba a magana miliyoyi sai kullum a tashi ana zage-zage.
The federal government has directed the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to immediately ban the issuance of permits for the importation of codeine as active pharmaceutical ingredient for cough syrup preparations. The Minister of Health, Professor Isaac Adewale, gave this directive following reports of gross abuse of the drug in the country. He's also directed the Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria, that's PCN, and NAFDAC, to supervise the recall for labeling and audit trailing of all codeine-containing cough syrups in the country. The Pharmacists Council of Nigeria has also been directed to continue the enforcement activities on pharmacies and medicine vendors' shops and outlets throughout the country. The federal government is particularly worried about the growing trend of abuse of the drug and also wants the Federal Ministry of Health to partner with National Orientation Agency, NOA, Nigeria Football Federation, the NFF, football celebrities, members of the Actors Guild of Nigeria and other celebrities to drive the national campaign against drug abuse. The 2018 Batch A Stream 1 Corps members recently deployed to Katsina State have been advised to adapt, respect and imbibe the culture of their host communities. Mr. Yakubu Jok, who is the Director of Procurement, NYSC National Directorate in Abuja, gave the advice during an inspection visit to the NYSC camp in the state to assess the living conditions of Corps members undergoing a 3-week orientation course. He was received and briefed by the Katsina State NYSC coordinator on the state government's commitment to the welfare of Corps members in the state.
It is good when they go to any host community. They should adopt, they should respect, they should imbibe the culture and then the mode of dressing of the host community so that they will be accepted.
Recently, the state government graciously increased the allocation of the welfare of Corps members in their budget by 200%. This covers monthly allowance, orientation augmentation, prices of Corps members who distinguish themselves in the course of the servicing. Equally increase the amount donated to the next of kin of Corps members who die in active service.
Well, that's all from Abuja. It's back to you, Gimba.
Brilliant. Let's quickly shift our gears once more for business news with Ann Waldo.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Gimba, and happy Workers' Day. Nigeria and the United States of America are drawing up a roadmap on looted funds worth $500 million traced to the United States. The meeting is in progress with the Attorney General of both nations and ministers from Nigeria in attendance. According to the Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, the successful meeting with President Donald Trump and the Nigerian business community are indications of government's commitment to recover assets and looted funds. The dialogue session is expected to produce a timeline to achieve this goal. The Central Bank of Nigeria has refuted claims that its head office in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, is on fire. The Apex Bank has dismissed this report, saying that the pedestrians mistook the dark smoke from the power generating unit for an inferno. Although staff reacted to a security system triggered by the safety alarm, the regulator now explains that normalcy has since returned to the premises. Shareholders of the Nigerian Stock Exchange-listed conglomerate Transcorp PLC has approved a final dividend of 812.9 million naira proposed by the board. This approval was granted by the 12th annual meeting of the Nigerian-owned company here in Lagos, with investors applauding the outstanding performance of the management.
Transcorp Nigeria PLC is one of the most active listed companies on the main board of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, with about 70 billion naira in market capitalization. With investments in the hospitality, power, agro-allied, as well as oil and gas sectors, the 2017 audited financial statements reflect a phenomenal exit from a loss position of 1.1 billion naira to 10.6 billion naira in profits.
Will someone please rise and propose that they be elected?
Basically, the key drivers are power business, our hospitality business, and our ability to kind of like maintain our costs and streamline it to make sure that we're not overshooting it.
The 12th annual meeting of the conglomerate offers an opportunity for shareholders to approve a proposed final dividend of 812.9 million naira.
Those against?
Last year it was only 505 megawatts, but this year they were able to increase it to 701 megawatts. I think this is a very, very good performance by the company.
Very happy because they are able to maximize their profit, and they also reduce costs.
Transcorp recently reported a Q1 result of 5.4 billion naira profit, but the board maintains there are brighter spots ahead.
Quarter result, we were over 61% in terms of our revenue growth, and we're also hoping to achieve more than that as the year eventually ramps up, given the political activities going up in Abuja.
And for the power sector, we expect to explore other kind of windows like eligible customer frameworks and renewable energy. So those will obviously help us in sustaining and probably surpassing what we have made in the first quarter.
With this silver lining, suffice it to say that Transcorp is back on growth trajectory to deliver better returns on investments and equity.
Now, most African and Asian markets are closed today for the public holiday, except for the Americas and Europe. But here's a look at the market's position before business resumes again tomorrow. That's business news for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu. It's back to you, Gimba.
You first. First Bank.
With about 9 months before Nigeria's 2019 general elections, groups which include a youth development NGO, the Bridge Leadership Foundation and the United Labour Congress have challenged the youth and Nigerians in general to arm themselves with their PVCs to enable their voices be heard. The groups say that the approach is the preferred strategy to demand a better democratic Nigeria. Our correspondent, Amy John Mekwa, reports.
Activities in Nigeria's political space have started building up, with issues of the election timetable and the declaration of President Muhammadu Buhari to contest for a second term headlining discussions. While everyone has the right to their opinion, a call to action is coming from a non-profit leadership and capacity development foundation, the Bridge. The foundation prefers to focus on the youth and their role in strengthening the election process.
People are not interested in politics anymore because some of them think that their vote do not count and all of that. But we're encouraging them that it is us that will make our vote count. So if you don't allow yourself to be used as a thug who will carry ballot boxes and destroy and cause confusion on election day, those things will not happen. If you come to the election and vote and stand there to defend your vote, you must get your PVC, and giving them tasks to encourage 10 other people around them to also get their own PVCs. Do you understand? So they can have a ripple effect.
The 2019 general election is also the focus of members of the United Labour Congress of Nigeria, with members including the National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers as well as electricity workers. They say their choice of any candidate will be after consideration of basic factors.
We look at security, we look at infrastructure. If we take even from this, we look at education, healthcare, all those issues. Those are indices that affect the worker more importantly.
Senior advocate of Nigeria, Olisa Gbakova, shares their view and says that the various labor groups could become a force to be reckoned with if they stay focused.
9 months to go, the focus of Labour should be a strategy that puts a government in place that will work for Nigerians. We will encourage Nigerians to identify people who we think, from our own best judgment, will best protect them.
As the 2019 elections draw closer, it is becoming obvious that Nigerians will have no choice but to take their destiny in their hands by getting their PVCs and participating at the polls. Ini John Mekwa reporting for Channels Television News.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Egyptian striker Mohamed Salah becomes first African to be voted the English Football Writers Association Player of the Year for 2017-2018 season. That's on sports news. Stay with us.